Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue to read the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. So he shouted, lashing the rage and fighting fury in every Trojan, and breaking out of their ranks. Deiphobus strode, the son of Priam, fired for feats of arms. There, thrusting his balanced round buckler before him, step by springy step on the balls of his feet, pressing forward under his shield. But Meriones, taking aim at Deiphobus, hurled his flashing spear and struck, no miss. Right in the bull's hide boss, but the spear did not ram through, far from it. The long shaft snapped at the spearhead socket. The Trojan had thrust his shield at arm's length, shrinking before the expert marksman's lance. But now Meriones pulled back to his cohorts, stung with rage for two defeats at once. Victory shattered, spear shaft smashed to bits. He went on the run to Achaea's ships and shelters, out for the heavy lance he left aslant his butt. The rest fought on with deafening war cries rising. Teucer was first to kill this man, a son of Mentor, breeder of stallions, the rugged spearman Imbrius. He had lived in Padian before the Argives came, and wed a bastard daughter of Priam, Medicicaste. But once the rolling ships of Achaea swept ashore, home he came to Troy, where he shone among the Trojans, living close to Priam, who prizes him like his sons. Under his ear, the sons of Telamon, stabbed with a heavy lance, wrenched the weapon out, and down he went like a tall ash on a landmark mountain ridge that glistened far and wide, chopped down by an axe, its leaves running with sap, strewn across the earth. So Imbrius fell, the fine bronze armor clashing against his heart. Teucer charged forward, meant to strip the gear, but as Teucer charged, Hector flung his lance, a glint of bronze. But the Argive saw it coming, dodged to the side, and it missed him by an inch. And hit Amymachus, Crater's son, and Actor's hair. The shaft slashed his chest as he ran toward the front, and down he went, thundering armor clutching round him. And Hector rushed to tear the helmet off his head, snug on Amphimachus' brows, the gallant soldier, Hector rushing in, and Ajax, long with the spear, yet the burnished weapon couldn't pierce his skin. Hector's whole body was cased in tremendous bronze, but Ajax did stab home at the shield's jutting bulge, beating Hector back with the enormous driving force, and he gave ground, back and away from both corpses, as Argive hauled them from the fighting by the heels. The captain of the Athens, Statius, staunch Menestheus, bore Amphimachus back to Achaea's waiting lines, but the two Aenites, blazing in battle fury, saw in Ambrius now as two lions seizing a goat from under the guard of circling rib-toothed hounds, lugging the carcass on through dance matted brush, hoisted up from the earth in their big grinding jaws. So the ramping, crested Aenites hoisted Imbrus high, stripping his gear in mid-air, and little Ajax, raging over Amphimachus' death, lopped the head from the corpse's limp neck, and with one good heave sent it spinning into the milling fighters like a ball, right at the feet of Hector, tumbling in the dust. And then the heart of Poseidon quaked with anger. His own grandson brought down in the bloody charge. He surged along the Achaean ships and shelters, warring Argives, piling grief on Trojans, the famous spearsman Idomeneus crossed his path. He'd come from a field who just emerged from the battle, gashed in black of the kneecap, gouged by a wetted bronze, that soldiers and comrades carried off, but Idomeneus, giving the healers orders, made for his own tent, though he still yearned for action face to face, and the god of earthquakes only fueled his fire. Taking the voice of Theos, son of Adriamon, king over all Pleuron, craggy Clayton too, and Italian man, he ruled, revered him like a god. Idomeneus, captain of Cretans under arms, where have the threats all gone, that sons of Achaean leveled at these Trojans? The Cretan captain, Idomeneus, answered, Thos, no man's to blame now, so far as I can tell. Every one of us knows the ropes in war. No one hears the grip of bloodless fear, collapsing in cowardice, darking the grim assault. No, this is the pleasure of overweening Zeus, it seems, to kill the Achaeans here, our memory blotted out, a world away from Argos. But you, Thors, you who were always rock steady in battle and braced the ones you saw go black and flinch, don't quit now, Thors, urge each man you find. The god of earthquakes answered back, Idomeneus, may that man, that coward, never get home from Troy. Let him linger here, reaping sport for the dogs. Whoever shirks the fight while this day lasts, quick, take up your gear and off we go, shoulder to shoulder, swing to the work we must. Just two as we are, if we hope to make some headway, the worst cowards banded together have their power, but you and I have got the kill to fight their best. With that he strode away, a god in the wars of man. As soon as Idomeneus reached his well-built shelter, he strapped his burnished armor round his body, grasped 2 spears, and out he ran like a lightning bolt. The father grapes and flings from brilliant Olympus, a dazzling sign to man, a blinding forked flash. So the bronze flared on his chest as out he rushed, but his rough and ready-eyed in arms Meriones intercepted him just outside the tent. He was on his way for a new bronze spear to use, and staunch Idomeneus shouted out, Meriones, racing son of Molus, brother in arms, old friend, why back from the line? Why leave the fight behind? Taken a wound, some spear had sapped your strength? Come with a word for me. Does someone need me? I have no mind to sit it out in the shelters. What I love is battle. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.